And my name is oluwatosin Dunmiju. I am a print media technologist by profession, and presently I'm serving as a lecturer in the prestigious Yaba College of Technology. We try all our possible means to channel a whole lot of energy and resources into rebranding lives, preparing youths majorly for the task ahead of them. By the special grace of God, I would be on with Macarthy on the special occasion by 7 to 8 p.m., where we'll be discussing the importance of education on development of a free nation. So I look forward to having you on this program. Most definitely, you're going to enjoy it. Cheers.
All right, good evening to you, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for being here on the show with us tonight. It is another Friday. It is an exciting time again to share and learn from one another again. And today is no exception because tonight, is a Friday and it's a Freedom Friday. It is a Freedom Friday. And we are looking at a very important topic, a topic that tells you that shed more light on how you become a free citizen. How do you become a free citizen? And that is in the area of education. I shared something on the LinkedIn, on my post in the course of the publicity for this program, for this week show. I shared something about some notable quotes, and I gave out my quote on that post, telling us how important education is. And tonight we'll be discussing the importance of education the importance of education on the development of a free nation, and because of the importance of education, so we have thoughtfully, as a team at Corporate Life Show, we have thoughtfully set out someone to help us understand what this actually means to you and I, as we discuss on this topic tonight. Thank you very much for joining us on the call. On the show tonight. It's going to be an interesting one. Thank God it is Friday. And tonight, doing this with me is no other person than the lecturer. And you've heard from him. He's been doing this for a while. And tonight he's going to share more light on what he has been doing and how we all can engage and be part of this on this process for a change and the freedom we all desire. And please welcome with me, to the studio of Mr. Dunmiju Oluwatosin. Thank you for being here tonight on this call with us. Thank you very much. We are so happy and so delighted to be having you. God bless you for doing this. And I'm sure you are so
Yes,
excited
yes,
also to be here with us on the show tonight. Tell us.
yes, definitely. Thank you so much, Mr. McCarthy. It's a wonderful thing. It's a great privilege on my part to be uh, to be a guest person, to be a guest on this wonderful show. Thank you for making this platform available to educate, to help us understand a whole lot of things about how we can develop personally, collectively, and even as a nation. And then to have a better future, to have a better now, to have a mindset that is able to create the future that we all deserve as humans. So I'm really excited to be here tonight. I'm so happy to be here to be part of this great movement, which tends to improve life, to brand and to rebrand people for a future we all will be proud of. Thank you so much, Mr. McCarthy. I'm really happy to be here tonight. Thank you.
So sorry. Sorry, pardon me. I know you cannot hear me for some seconds over there. So please, pardon me for
You're
that.
welcome. You're welcome.
So,
It's all right. It's all
we
right.
will be starting the show right now, right away. And tonight we're discussing the topic already. You are already, I'm sure you're familiar with the topic already. So, the importance of education on the development of a free nation, and we'll be sharing more light. And if you have questions, audience, please drop in your questions. And please, this is the moment to start clicking on the share button on the show. Remember, we are streaming live to you on Facebook. We're streaming live to you right now on YouTube. We're streaming live to you also on LinkedIn. So share those links, invite your friends to join us in the conversation. And if you're already live with us right now, you are watching us right away right now, drop a comment in the comment section. Remember, that is the only way we can get to know that you are joining us live and direct on this conversation tonight on the show. This is Coupled Live with McAden. And every Friday evening, we do this on on LinkedIn Live, on Facebook Live, and on YouTube Live. To this, we bring important we bring to your face important guests to discuss important topic as it pertain to you, to your own development, to your professional development, to your lifestyle. To just make sure that you live good and you enjoy the lifestyle you are living. And as a professional, we do this to make sure that professionally you are also good and running, no matter the situation you find yourself in the country of ours, Nigeria. So thank you very much. Remember, this topic is not just about Nigerians, it's also reflecting on every part of the world right now, the importance of education on the development of a free nation. So let's start from this conversation. Let's start from this angle, Mr. Tose. Tell us what's your own understanding, because I always like to start from the point of definition. So what's your own definition? How do you define a nation? There is this idea about what a nation is. Then before we now dive into a free nation, then
Uh,
we'll
uh, th- th-
move on to define other
okay.
aspects of the topic.
Thank you, Mr. McCarthy. Thank you so much. I want to say I sincerely appreciate where you started off from. Yes, like we can be talking about how a nation can be developed, how a nation can be made better than it is, how a nation can do more for our citizens. We can just dabble into discussing issues at the national levels if we truly don't understand what really made or what really makes up a nation. In my own little research, in my own little summation about what a nation is, I would want to say a nation is a, a group of families, a group of families who, by the virtue of let me say the virtue of positioning in the world map, had been compelled by nature to be together. Yes, compelled by nature to be together in a particular geographical location. A group of family who, by nature, had been compelled to be together in a particular geographical location. Just as we
Mm,
have Nigeria today, we all that are Nigerians, we are not Nigerians by choice.
mm,
Nobody is a Nigerian. Of course, we have people who are Nigerian by choice, but we have the core of the people who majorly are Nigerian by default. They are Nigerian by the compelling force of the nature. So a nation is a group of family who, by nature, had been compelled to be together, live together, share value, share advantages and disadvantages that are attached to their location in the world map, to live
mm,
together and bear the burdens of that location, enjoy the privileges that are attached to that location, also manages the troubles and the problems that are peculiar to that location. So basically, a nation is actually a group of families who are compelled to be together in a particular location by the force of nature.
thank you
I
very
hope
much.
that is not too complex, but I believe That is just one of the simplest way, and a way by which we can relate to everybody, every person who is connected to us right now. That a nation is actually made up of families, basically.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I love that definition because it's not coming from it's not coming from a dictionary. It's not coming from a stipulated angle. It's just coined out, and it explains everything about being a nation. And from what you just said, for me, I can say a nation is not just about the location. It's about the people itself. And today we're looking at development of a free nation. So when you talk about a free nation, how do you relate being free as an individual or a family in a locality? How do you explain that to us?
Thank you, sir. A free nation, I think, if we really want to dabble into that statement, we would spend the whole of the time discussing what a free nation is or what a free nation should be. To start with, when you say a free nation, uh, are we talking about being free from the colonial masters? Are we talking about being free from those who, in the time past, had authority over our lifestyle, had authority over what we do and what we do not do? Are we talking about foreign invasion at a time, and then as it is now, we no longer have them controlling us. We no longer have them, telling us how to live our life. We have our own life right in our own hands. I don't know if we are looking at a free nation from that concept, or we are actually looking at a free nation, a nation that is free from vices that by default hinders the progress and the development of a group of people. I don't know if that is the area we are to look at it. We can have a nation that is free from colonial masters, and also we can have a nation that is free from vices that tend to puncture, hinder, and make impossible all of the beauty, all of the possibilities, all of the growth, expansion, all of the beauty that a nation should have as a virtue. So we really need to understand what it means to be free as a nation. Are we looking at a nation that is free from colonial master, free from the white, free from the Western world, or we are looking at a nation that is free, completely free from all of the vices that tend to suppress the potential and all that a nation should possess to be at the very forefront of development and then a better living for its people. So I really want us to pick a side, and then we adequately do justice to it.
All right, talking about picking a side, I think because of our time, in the course of the word conversation, we'll be able to define which side are we on. Are we on the side of the colonial master freedom, or the on the vices, on the situations around us that tends to keep us in bondage? So we'll discuss more about that in the course of our conversation. But then let's quickly move on, and then quickly, because of our time, we want to also quickly tell our audience, please, if you are joining us right away, if you are joining us right now, if you are watching us on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me see the comments rolling in right now, so that we can be sure that yes, you are joining us, you can see us, and you are participating in this conversation. Remember, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, and we're on LinkedIn. Now, quickly going on to the next question, we want to. Okay, I think I lost my guest there. So if you are joining us right now, just drop a comment for me in the comment section. Remember, this show is live on YouTube, on Facebook, and it is the corporate live show with McAden. Every Friday evening we do this to ensure that yes, we do this to educate us, to educate professionals, to educate entrepreneurs, to what educate the people around us how to do things better. And one of the things we're looking at today is the importance of education on the development of a free nation. A nation cannot be free if you don't have education, and you yourself cannot be free if education is not what you prioritize on. And that's one of the area of our conversation. That is one of the focus of our conversation tonight. And I'm sure that by the time we go deep into the conversation, you will understand better what we mean and what we imply by all that we are discussing tonight is also for your benefit. So thank you very much. My guest is back. So we're moving on straight to the question. Question number one is saying that how does education contribute to the overall development of a free nation or a democratic nation? So what do you have to say, Mr. Tosin, regarding that question?
Thank you, sir. From what I said earlier, I mean, my last statement, which is, of course, taking side from either being free from the colonial master, the Western world, or being free from all of the vices that tend to suppress us as a nation, that tend to hinder us from, you know, achieving and, attaining the height and size that we ought to attain as a nation. I think the latter would be more better for us to discuss because officially and then on paper, even though it is not 100% true, we are indeed free from colonial masters. We have been given the the mandate to run our own race. We have been given the opportunity and the privilege to to live our own life the way we think uh, nice uh, for us. But then, maybe for one reason or two, we are still in a way connected to these our masters who are using their their wisdom untaught, censored knowledge about the Africans, about people who at a point had been under them.
All right, I think we've lost our guest on that note, and I hope we can recover him back quickly to continue the conversation. Please, if you're joining us right away, if you're joining us right now, please drop a comment in the comment section. Let's get to know if you're joining us right now, if you're watching us live right now. Let's get to know. I'm back, and back to the studio is Mr. Dunmiju Oluwatosin. Uh,
So,
you
so,
can go
so
on.
on the question,
I
how
would
does
actually like you
education
to be.
contribute? How does education contribute to the overall development of a free and democratic nation? Yes, well, to start with, we must understand what education is. What is education? And then it is when we understand what education is, then we can begin to see its effect and how it can be used to further develop our nation, to further help us, grow as much as we really want to. What is education? Education is the it is simple process of being aware of your surroundings. Education is the process of creating awareness about what is happening, about who you are, about what you are privileged to have, about what you don't have, how to get what you don't have, how to manage
Mhm.
what you have, how to make judicious use of things that are available and are within your reach. Education is basically, gaining skills, uh, getting knowledge, understanding methods, being able to identify problems, and then having the expertise to provide solutions. So all of these are what education is all about. Understanding how to go about life, understanding how to go about situations, understanding processes, understanding methods, understanding being able to identify problems, and then having the technical ability, the professionalism, and the expertise to provide solution. That is basically what education is, which means all of this can be taught, all of this can be learned, and we can grow into becoming better using education. So coming back to the question, how does education contribute to the development of a nation? Basically, yes, just as I said earlier, that education is having skills, being able to identify problems and
Yeah.
being able to provide solutions to problems. So So it goes a long way. As a matter of fact, without education, there can be no nation. Yes,
Mm,
without education, because every nation would usually have, it's a thing of necessity. There will always be a problem. There will always be
mm,
challenges. There will always be up and down. So education affords us the ability and the possibility to identify those problems. And then it further helps us to not just identify those problems, but also provide solution to those problems. And in a nation where you have so many people with different ideologies, different mindsets, different dreams, different aspiration, different inspiration, and different imaginations. So most definitely there will be lots and lots of problems to solve. So education affords us the ability to read the mind of people, to know the problems that are peculiar to a particular race or group of persons, and then adequately provide a lasting and sustainable uh, uh, solution. So education is quite, as a matter of fact, you can take away everything from a nation and the
mm,
nation will still survive. But if you leave everything to a nation and then take away education, then in a matter of now, the
mm.
nation will cease to exist. It will cease to
Wow.
exist.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That is a precise information from that comment from Mr. Tosin. And you may be wondering, why is Mr. Tosin so sure? Why is Sandy so confident about what he's speaking about? And let me just quickly let you know that Mr. Tosin is okay. A little bit about his profile is that he's a hardened lover of growth in right and sustainable ventures and directions. He's a certified print media executive. And of course, if you're into that business, you understand what I mean. And if he's into that, how else do you understand what he's talking about? How do you deal with what he's talking about? So let me help you understand better. He's a certified print media executive, print technologist for the matter, with years of experience in the print media industry and a fluent communicator of the environmental impact assessment in his areas of study. So, with lots of knowledge to share in quality control management, he's currently working as a lecturer. So he's also a teacher. He's a lecturer in the prestigious Yaba College of Technology, Department of Printing Technology, where he's constantly imparting what and preparing students for industrial engagement. So Mr. Tosin has the confidence and the right to speak on what he's saying. And you can drop your comment in the comment section if you feel that, oh, you have a different opinion from what he's saying. But because of time, we'll await your while waiting for your comment. We'll just move on to the next question quickly. And remember, we're talking about the importance of education on the development of a free nation. Remember, this is Corporate Live Show with McAden. If you're joining us, please drop a comment in the comment section. Let's get to know you. Let's get to meet you. Let's extend our greetings from the studio to you from this end, so that we can be sure that you are listening to us right now. So thank you very much, Mr. Tosin. Question number two. Because of our time, please, I would like you to be precise with the question. I mean, with your response to each of the questions, because of our time, we need to make up with the timeline. What
Mm.
role does
All right, sir.
education, educated citizen play in ensuring the sustainability of a free nation? What role does uh, uh,
Yeah, yes, sincerely, it's quite unfortunate that education has not been properly defined or taught. We are yet to fully understand what education truly means. In this part of the world, unfortunately, we only consider those who have or who are having uh, formal education to be educated. Yes, we see those who go to universities, who are privileged to go to polytechnics, and those who, for what it's worth, are able to get certified from different institutions. Those are the people we consider to be educated. But we should understand that there is the formal and informal education, and then not everybody would fall into both categories. And I would want to tell us officially that it is not only those who have formal education that are educated. Yes, we
hmm,
have those with informal education, meaning they may, for one reason or two, have not been privileged to be a student in a university, or a student in a polytechnic or any well-established institution of learning. But that doesn't mean they are not educated. Okay, so if we don't thoroughly understand or put in right perspective what education is, we won't even get to know those who are educated among us. Mm? So you won't see somebody who basically does fashion designing, but for a reason or two didn't attend Unilag to go and study fashion designing, and they will consider them as not being educated. So if this is our kind of definition of what education is, then it will be so hard and so difficult to judiciously make use of the potentials that are available unto us. Thereby, it will be so hard to sustain what we have as a nation. So what I'm driving at is we really need to identify those who truly are educated, which is, of course, it comprises of both the formal and informal education. Those who, for one reason or two, could not go to Unilag, but with the help of their parents or some people around them, they're able to learn a trade, maybe from their boss, and then this person could lose a Toyota Camry and tell you every part in that vehicle. Mm? But still, he didn't attend university to go and be an automobile engineer. But then he learned it at Ladipo, where he got all of the needed information on how to dismantle and couple back a vehicle. So if we
Yeah.
don't see those people as being educated in their own right, then we are not ready to really do justice to this conversation. So when we come back to that question, that what role does an educated citizen play in ensuring a sustainable in sustainability of a free nation? Yes, like I always tell people, sustainability of any process is the most important part of that process. It is not just about having a solution to a problem. Is that solution sustainable? It's very, very important. So if the solution profile is not sustainable, then it is no solution. We are yet to get a solution to that problem. Any solution that would help us a great while must be sustainable. That is why this question two is very, very important and vital to my person. That how can educated person, a educated set of people, ensure the sustainability of a nation that is free from vices? Yes, this is a very wide scope of discussion, which I really want us probably have another time come around, then have a longer time to really do justice to this question. So we really need to understand those who are educated, our own understanding of a person being educated, and how do we match all of this together to apply it judiciously to sustaining a nation that would benefit every person that made it up.
All right, thank you very much. Your response again. I would like to rephrase that question in a way that you quickly just give us some like bullet point on how what are the things that these educated people will have to get involved in? What are the things that they need to do? What are the things that they need to be involved in ensuring the freedom of a nation?
All right. Thank you, sir. The first thing is every educated fellow must be keen, must be keen about communication. Yes, if you are educated, it means you are an expert in a particular field. If you are educated, it means you have been certified in a particular field. So the least you can do for the nation to go through a path of being able to sustain every goodie, every benefit of having you as its citizen is that you communicate what you know, communicate it, and then be ready and willing to put to practice everything you know. It is in practice that we get to benefit from your person as being educated. So if you are educated and then you are not practicing what you've been taught, what you have learned over a period of time, about 4 years, 2 years, as the time may be, and you are not getting to practice them, you are not getting to communicate them across to those that needs it, then there is your education is actually useless to the nation. So the basic thing about being educated as a citizen of a nation and then being interested in the sustainability of that nation being free from all the vices that tend to suppress it and then make it not to grow to the original stature that it ought to. Is that you practice what you know, and not just practice effectively, practice with the all the code of conduct that makes you a green practitioner. When I say green practitioner, meaning a practitioner that is LD to the nation.
Wow, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Tosin. For my own hand, what I would just add to that is that being educated is not just about you. It's about giving. It's about receiving. You've received, then it's time for you to give. So if you are educated, I think you should be part of the solution to the problems around you. So the essence of your knowing and understanding things around you is to be able to what to solve problems. You are learning things to solve problems around you. And if there are more problems to be solved, it means that there are more things to learn. And that's for my own part. Learn and then solve with the knowledge you have acquired, solve problems, and of course, in no time, you will be able to sustain the freedom of that nation that we are building together. Thank you very much, Mr. Tosin. Quickly, because of
You're
our time,
welcome.
we're moving forward to the next question. Question number 3 is in what ways does education empower individuals to actively participate in the democratic process of their nation?
All right. Thank you, Mr. McCarthy. Yes, that's a very interesting question, and then I love the question because it's a question that directly or indirectly attacks our our person individually. Yes, when we talk of democratic process of a nation, we are actually talking about the the core governance of that nation, how we choose, how we identify those who will be at the very forefront of our battles, of our challenges, those that will saddle or paddle the boat of the nation. Yes, like we've established that education is actually the ability to be knowledgeable, ability to learn a skill, and having that capacity to identify problems and then provide solution. It means you have this intellectual capacity to move people in the right direction. So one of the way education empower individual is that it helps you to know the truth about every situation. It affords you the ability to identify the truth when you see it. When a man is putting on agbada with a very nice shoe and a cap, and then he begins to blow grammar, you may not really understand the intent of that person. So you can be easily deceived if you are not well grounded, if you are not educated. But if you are educated and you engage such a person in discussion or in conversation, despite the fact that is looking very good or probably having a Benz packed, you will know that this person really does not have what it takes to lead my people. So education affords you that sense of judging rightly, identifying problems, identifying potentials, being able to correctly place people where they belong. So education is so vital in how we choose who lead us, in how we manage those who are leading us. If you look at
Mm.
what is going on in our country presently, how education has given us that privilege and that capacity and the boldness to even challenge our president. That guys really want to know if of a truth you graduated from the school you said you graduated from. This is because a whole lot of people are educated and they really can question what you bring to the table, challenge the norms, and then see how we can provide solution to every problem that confronts our possibility for growth and development.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Quickly, because of our time, we've got from the Mr. Tosi education profile. Give you the privilege of knowing the truth. And if you can know the truth shall set you free, just like the scripture said, And part of knowing the truth is the fact that you now know what to do. Because when you know, you should act on it. And that's from my own end to you guys. Please, when be involved in the democratic process. Be involved, get involved. Let's be part of it. Don't sit back and relax and wait for things to get done. Otherwise, it will get done wrongly. So, be involved. That's one of the things education affords you to do. Thank you very much. Moving on to the question number 4, is that part of the question where we now has outdoors access to quality education, because today quality education is now based on the size of your pocket. How does access to quality education promote social equality and reduce disparities within a free nation? How do you even do that? Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Miss. Yes. Social equality. If we must be sincere to ourselves, I doubt if there can be equality in social
Mm,
status. I
mm,
doubt if there can ever be equality in social status, because there are a lot of things that that fuel our social status. But nevertheless, education has been a very vital weapon which has really helped us, to close the gap between the classes and then status in the social sphere.
mm-hmm,
That will enable me, bring one of the story about printing, which of course I studied. There is this man called Johann Gutenberg. He developed the first printing press in the history of printing, and the major force or the goal for doing so was to be able to print Bibles, because then Bibles were only available to those that has money, those who
mm,
are rich, and those who have high social status. So it was
mm-hmm.
quite easy to lie to people. Some few people will just read the Bible and then dish out what they want the people to listen to. So this man, then developed a press, and then the possibility to mass produce Bible was available. So this man
Okay, I think we've lost Mr. Tosin over there once again. If you join us, thank you very much again to those that have joined us live and direct. I can see in the comment section Justina
having
Oyedeji.
access to quality education would afford you that privilege of closing gap with the rich and the more privileged in the society. If you have met people who are privileged to go to universities across the border, they will tell you over there they get to meet with the children of the senators, they get to meet with the children of the president, and everybody seems to be equal. Why? Because they have access to quality education. So quality education, we give you that privilege, we give you that opportunity, to be able to rub shoulders with the high and the mighty in the society. So in a case where our education is not quality enough, then there will be this forever gulf between the rich and the poor. So education has been the only or the major force that has been helping to bridge the gap between that social classes, which comprises of the poor and the rich. So having access to quality education, and then imagine a very poor family having access to quality education, and
Hello, Mr. Tosin, can you hear me, please?
imagine the gap, the social gap is being closed, families are being reached, communities are being empowered to truly attain the level that are expected of them. So access to quality education is a very, very, very vital weapon that promotes social equality and reduce disparity within a free society. And like I said earlier, I doubt if there can be equality in social status and the disparity within a free society. I doubt if the society is actually free, but I believe with continuous education, learning, relearning, unlearning, and relearning, we can reduce the disparity and that gap between our social status to the barest minimum.
Thank you very much. That's the word from there. Learning, keep learning, and then relearning is a process. It's one of the things that you should do. as a citizen of a nation to what? To reduce at least. And talking about disparity and bridging the gap, I think it's actually a thing of the mind for what you define as a social status for you. So it may not be in terms of wealth, it may not be in terms of what you are able to, the amount of financial resources you're able to accumulate for yourself is also based on the significance of what you have. So that's why today most people try to seek for significance, not just financial sources. So thank you very much,
Yes,
Mr.
yes, you are.
Tosin.
Yes, sorry, Mr. McCarthy, you are very correct. But our life is all about our mindset. As a matter of fact, what education tends to do is to change our mindset. So without quality education, that mind will always get you defeated. Your mind will keep telling you that some people are ahead of you, some people are
Mm,
richer than you, some people are more
mm,
privileged than you. So it is
mm.
access to quality education that takes away such mindset. So life is actually about mind. So it is even the real thing. That's what education works on your mind, repair the damages that your environment, your exposure to low lifelessness had cost you. Then education takes away that mindset and give you another perspective about life, gives you that vision of the quality, the inner quality that you are even yet to truly and adequately harness as you grow.
All right, thank you very much. Because of our time is very fast spent. This is Corporate Live Show with McAden. Every Friday evening we do this, and tonight we're still on the show discussing the importance of education on the development of a free nation. Moving on to the next question, can you provide examples of countries where education has been a driving force behind their development as a free nation? Just quickly,
Yeah,
very quick.
of course. I would want to just mention one country, or maybe let me just say one or two. Yes, one of them is Indian. Indian. Yes, there was a time, maybe about 20 to 25 years back, that the government of the Indian government took it upon themselves to sponsor a very high number of their citizens
Hmm.
to go study abroad.
Hmm.
They were sponsored to go study, I think, precisely in the UK. So they pump a whole lot of money into their medical society and industry, and then sent a very high number of their people to go study medicine in the UK. And after about 10, 15 years or so, they are reaping massively from that
Hmm.
investment. Because now, as we speak now, Indian is the medical hub of the entire
Of the
world.
world.
As a
Hmm.
matter of fact, they offer some of the cheapest surgery in the entire world.
Hmm.
If you go
Hmm.
to hospitals today, and when recommendations are being given on where to go do surgery, out of
It's
10
India.
people, the recommendation will be like 8, 9 are going to India.
Hmm.
And that is the beauty and the benefit of the investment the country, India, and their government, channel and into their medical society, but by sending a large chunk of their citizens to overseas to go and learn how best to carry out surgeries, how best to go about their
Because
medical
of our
stuffs,
time,
and
quickly, Mr.
they
Tosin,
are, they are
can you
reaping very
quickly mention
huge.
the second one? Because of our time,
Is it?
quickly mention the second one,
Okay,
please. So
yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah. The second one, you will, if you look at Malaysia,
hmm.
Malaysia. I think in the 70s, Malaysia actually came down to Nigeria to pick palm kernel. That's a form of education. They learned about palm kernel, and they realized that palm kernel is surplus in Nigeria. And they came down to Nigeria, picked some couple of palm kernel, went back to their country, did a wide research on it, planted it. Today, Malaysia is one of the greatest exporter of red oil. Even Nigeria, that where they came to pick the palm kernel, are far, far, far behind them.
Hmm.
So education is, one thing education afford you is the ability to dabble into the treasure of others. You dabble
Hmm.
and get to
That's
reap
interesting.
where you have not sown. When you have not
Mm-hmm.
sown, you get into the treasure house of nations, and then you bring it
Mm-hmm.
back to your home to better your people. Mm. We have a lot of countries who have done that, but these two major countries, for me, had really done well for themselves. That's in the nation like India and then Malaysia.
Wow, interesting information from that hand. I'm sure my audience are getting the best out of the conversation already. How education help nations, and we have two nations mentioned already. One is India in medical line; they are topping the medical profession, and Malaysia is the second. I mean, and the largest exporter of red oil in the world. So thank you very much, Mr. Tosin. Because of our time, quickly,
You're welcome.
in less than one, I mean, let me just say in 1 minute, can you just quickly explain what impact does education have on promoting tolerance, diversity, and inclusivity within a nation population?
Yes, it's quite unfortunate that we are not really, making judicious use of what education does to human life. Normally, if you have control over yourself, you realize that education makes you humble.
Hmm.
Education humbles you.
Hmm.
Before I got to the college to go study printing technology, I was already into printing, and then I thought I knew so much, sincerely. Even when I got the admission, I was of the opinion that I'm not sure if they have anything to teach me. If there is anything there,
Mm-hmm.
they are gonna impact on me. That I'll go there and bamboozle everybody and show them that I'm already in the industry practicing printing. But when I got to the four walls of the college, I realized that I knew nothing. As a matter
Hmm.
of fact, some of the things I knew about printing, I got tired of them because of the wide possibilities that are embedded in the knowledge available for me to acquire. So what education does basically is it helps you to be more tolerant. It helps you to understand that people can only make decisions based on their level of knowledge. It helps you to understand that people cannot go further than they know. Mm.
Hmm.
People are controlled by what they are exposed to, and what you don't have, you cannot give it, and that's basically what education does. It affords you the possibility to acquire more and then be able to manage people. As a matter of fact, what education does basically is to help you manage people, manage the shortcomings, manage the inadequacies of people to the best of those people. So education goes a long way to impact and promote tolerance, diversity, and inclusivity within a nation's population. Yes, when you are educated, you see an Igbo person working for a Yoruba person in the West. Why? Because he or she possesses what it takes to actually drive that organization. So without
Hmm.
education in part of that person, I can tell you a Yoruba man would prefer to employ a Yoruba person. But in most cases, why we do employ other tribes, other people of other languages, is because of their expertise, what they have been able to acquire as a result of
Mm-hmm.
education. We have a lot of expertise here in Nigeria, coming from Indians, coming from Indonesia, coming from China, to aid organization here in Nigeria. The only reason why it is so is because of their level of exposure, the education they've acquired, and then they have what it takes to actually lead organization in the right direction. So education is key, is very, very key to tolerance, diversity, and inclusivity within the nation's population.
Thank you very much. Being talking about education being a key, let's ask this question: how does education help citizens make informed decision in a democratic society, especially during the election period? Because now we're talking about the leaders deciding who should lead.
How does education help citizens make informed decisions? That's basically what education does, sir. Yes, education helps you to be well informed. It reforms you as a person. Let me rephrase that. Education reforms you. It adds quality values to your person. And what
Mhm.
that does basically is to help you take right and sound decisions. Yes,
Mm.
right and sound decisions. That is why in Nigeria, for example, They will tell you for you to be a president, you must attain a particular level of education. Why?
Yeah.
Because they agree that the society and the nation believes that having attained that level of education, you should be able to take sound decisions.
Decision.
So education is very, very vital in decision making. That's even what we are taught in classrooms. Yes, what the 4 years
All right, I think I lost Mr. Tosin over there. I hope he gains back his network. Thank you.
university or
Still
in a
on the show.
polytechnic or whatever institution you find yourself is actually to help you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Tosin. Thank you very much. We are still on
Are
the
you with?
show. Remember, this is Corporate
You're
Live
welcome.
Show with McAden, and we're still discussing the importance of education on the development of a free nation, and we're still relating that to every part of the world. This is not just a Nigerian thing. Every part of the world. So, moving on quickly to the next question is as we wrap up the conversation tonight, what are the economic benefits of well-educated workforce in a free nation, and how does education contribute to the economic growth of that nation?
Yes, yes. When you have a group of educated people, that means you have a group of professionals, you have a
Yeah.
group of experts, you have a group of people who are well informed in diverse professions. So, like in the area of medicine, in the area of medicine, uh, it's sad that in this part of the world we are still lagging behind. We are lagging behind. It will surprise you that we have uh, maybe one or two up-to-date medical facility that can outrightly operate the heart of a man. Yes, and that
Mm.
is a major slap on a country like Nigeria. So if a man is suffering from cardiac attack or needing a heart transplant, then there will be need for him to leave this country, or else he or she will die. He or she will die. So it means our level of education has not really gotten to that level where we can provide 100% solution to our 100% problems. And that is a major setback. So when we have a workforce that is well educated, then we can adequately minister to every problem. We can adequately determine our growth. We can adequately determine our next level. So, but if we have a workforce that is not up to the task, a workforce that is 70% in delivery and possibility for adequate professionalism, then we are going to miss a whole lot of things. So we need a, a group of well-educated workforce to be able to drive our economy. If you look at the first, what is it called, the central bank, for instance, it was a total mess of the institution during the election. You could see that there were lapses and there were shortcomings in the decisions they were taking. The head of the unit took a decision and it affected the nation so badly that even some people had to lose their life. So when we have people who are not well educated in the workforce, then the economy suffers. The economy suffers. It's just basically like you as a father, you know by default that it is wise of you to send a son or a daughter that is well educated to a meeting where drastic decisions are to be taken. Yes. If you send somebody who is not educated, a bad decision will be taken and he or she won't be able to oppose it. So we need a workforce that is well educated, a workforce that is properly equipped and well balanced to drive our economic, to drive our institutions, to take sound decisions that will grow our economy and help the nation to enlarge as much as it should.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Tosin. And I'm sure from my own end, I have an opinion regarding what you said. And to buttress what your point is, the fact that the more we take out patients from Nigeria to overseas for medical treatment, the more we will have to spend in foreign
Mhm.
currency, and the more the demand will be forced on us to get foreign exchange, and the more it will impact on the what on our economy, and
Eh,
this
mhm.
will actually affect the what the contribute negatively to the economy. So thank you very
Eh,
much, Mr. Tosin. Because of our time, moving on to the next question, the second but not the last right now, is how can education foster critical thinking? Because what we just said now, we require critical thinking, active with citizenship. How can education foster critical thinking and active citizenship, ultimately strengthening the foundation of a free nation, free society?
so, yes, yes, I took a class in the last semester. That's the HND2 students in the college. There is this course called uh, Assessing Environmental Impact of the Printing Industry. That how does the printing industry affects the the society at large? And we had a whole semester to go through this. I noticed something, sir. During the exam, some of the question I said wasn't in the syllabus. It wasn't part of the things we discussed in the class. And I did that on purpose because I realized I haven't exposed the student to some of the things that they needed to know. Their ability to think deeper than they used to was activated.
Hmm.
And they were able to answer the questions, despite the fact that the questions were not in their notes. So that some of the things we discuss in the classroom actually trigger critical thinking in them. So one thing education does to people is that it enables you to think outside the box. And
Mm-hmm.
also, education exposes you to all of the possibilities that are not within your reach as a nation, like the things that are possible in US, that are possible in UK, that are possible in China, in Japan, might not be possible here. So the fact that it is not possible here doesn't mean it is impossible in the general sense of it. It's actually
Hmm.
possible there, but maybe because of some factors or some things that are not available here, we are unable to do them. But that does not mean those things not possible. So when you are educated and you learn about the social life, you learn about other things, about other countries, you know that, okay, we are not doing it in Nigeria here, does not mean it is not actually possible. So education and getting to be exposed to all of the possibility outside the box afford
Mm-hmm.
you the right, to know that some things are actually possible, even though you cannot see them within and around yourself.
Wow, interesting, interesting. And one of the things critical thinking does is also to let you know that you can have a process laid out as a solution in your mind, but you may not have the resources to implement them.
Yes.
And then you can go further in the realm of thought to look at how you can use your available resources to create the solutions you are looking for, even though the necessary resources may not be available. So thank you very much, Mr. Tosin, for that,
You're
and
welcome.
I really appreciate your style of your style of lecturing the students and making them get involved and activating their critical, I mean, that sense of thought in that direction to
Thank
solve problems
thank you.
within our society.
Thank you, sir.
So moving on to the next question, the last but not the least, but that's where we wrap up the show for tonight. What challenges and obstacles? What challenges and obstacles need to be what addressed to ensure that education remains a cornerstone of a free and prosperous nation like ours, Nigeria?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. McCarthy. Yes, I think this is the mother of all the questions we have got to discuss here tonight. Yeah, it is the height of it. Is the greatest of them all. Yes, there are a lot of challenges facing our education system. There are a lot of obstacles, of course, but then there is one in particular that needs to be addressed as soon as now. That needs to be addressed as soon as now, and that is corruption in the education system.
Hmm.
Corruption in our education system. Like I'm an advocate of a good foundation in anything you do. Whatever thing you want to do in life, anything you want to venture into, you must make sure you start off from on a good foundation. And my little time as an educationist, in my little time as a lecturer, in my little time as a teacher in the classroom, I've come to realize that the, the bulk of people we have as professionals are actually product of corrupt educational
Mm,
system. We
mm,
have so many people who are product of corrupt educational system. It's quite unfortunate that I have a student in my class in the last semester who could not construct or come up with a sentence. He
mm,
couldn't all by himself come up with a sentence. And it baffled me that how did he manage to get to the college in the first place? It means he had followed a corrupt pattern, a corrupt pedestal, and then he had
mm,
jumped into the college via the fence. So and that has really been a major disadvantage to the kind of people we are having to lead our country, to lead organizations, to be at the very center of the system which determines our everyday life. So if
mm.
corruption can be eradicated completely, you can imagine, for instance, there are people who wants to write WAEC, people who are preparing and planning to write their living school living certificate examination are being helped, are being given expo, are being given answers. Those students is that they can find their way around their inadequacies by bribing and getting what they truly do not deserve. And that has been a major hindrance to education impacting what. See, I am of this opinion that if you are very good at what you do, then you won't have to be corrupt to 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 function or to provide solution. But if you are half-baked, if you are half-baked, let's say you are a doctor and you are not a sound medical practitioner, and
Mhm,
because you have been able to bribe your way to get to the top, and then
mm.
you are found at the very front at the field itself, then you tend to boycott all the necessary procedures to bring in a corrupt means to get solution to the problems you are facing. So this has been a major factor that is, uh, hindering the prosperity of any nation. Once we engage in educational uh, malpractices, corruption, then that country cannot grow. I tell people that people in the Aso Rock, people at the national level, National Assembly, the governors, all of them are product of a family. And we have parents who spend their hard-earned money to go and get special center for their students, for their kids to get pass a particular examination. That's a very minus to how we really want our life to be.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome,
Thank you
sir.
very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Tosin. It's been a wonderful conversation. It's been a night, and this is where we wrap up the conversation for tonight. It's been exactly 1 hour, 3 minutes, counting up to 4 minutes now on the show, and this is where we wrap up the conversation for tonight's discussion. It's been a discussion on the importance of education on the development of a free nation. Remember, this is Corporate Life show with McAden, and we've been discussing this. We've been discussing these for a while now, and I'm sure a lot of people will be watching this video in the nearest future. With me in the studio tonight is Mr. Tosin, Oluwatosin Dunmiju, who has been speaking. He's a lecturer at the at the College of College Yaba College of Technology. So a part of it, Yaba College of Technology, and he has been telling us and reminding us, encouraging us, educating us on the need for us towards placing education as as much. Place education so important on the priority of our core values in the nation, so that we can make sure that the development we desire and deserve get to us. And I hope it do get to us. So tonight we want to say a very big thank you to Mr. Tosin for being here on the show with us, and that's why we're going to say a very big thank you to you, sir, for being here on the show. Thank you
Yes,
very much.
it's a big privilege. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I
Yeah,
really
and that's me
appreciate
from the team, from Corporate Life team, saying big thank you, Mr. Tosin, for joining us tonight. And we hope
You're
to have you
welcome.
once again on the show in the nearest future. So we're saying bye bye to you for now. But before we go,
Yeah. Bye bye.
we also have some one of our member at the Corporate Life show who is doing something great, and we want to show the world that okay, people at Corporate Life show, we have a team of people working with us at Corporate Life show. They are doing wonderfully well in their space, and they want to do impactful work. So you can just support them, Shemilore, who is doing these video content creation. So you can see it on the flyer, details on what to do on the. You want to learn how to create a video content, and you want to become a video content creator. You want any experience, you want his services at all. So you can contact him from the information you are getting on the flyer. So please join Shemilo. Shemilo is part of the team at Corporate Life Show, and he has been doing well to create all our videos. And one of the videos you are looking at
Dunmiju.
was
I
created.
am a print media technologist by profession, and presently I'm serving
So thank you very
as a
much,
lecturer in the prestigious Yaba College of Technology. We try all our possible means to channel a whole lot of energy and resources
Thank you.
into rebranding lives, preparing youths majorly for the tax ahead.
On the call with us tonight. I mean, it's been a wonderful conversation. Thank you very much, sir.
You're
All
welcome.
right.
Thank you.
Bye to everyone. All right, it's been a conversation here tonight on the show. It's been a wonderful conversation. It's been an interesting conversation. I'm sure you got the gist, you got the information, you got the knowledge, you got the education. Yes, the importance of education on the development of a free nation. Then the question comes to you: the question that comes to mind is how free are you? It depends on the level of your education and the application of the knowledge acquired in the process of education to solve problems within you and without you. So thank you very much. It's been a show. Until we see again next week, same time. Bye bye for now.
By the special grace of God, I would be on with Macarthy on the special occasion by 7 to 8 p.m. where we'll be discussing the importance of education on development of a free nation. So I look forward to having you on this program. Most definitely, you're gonna enjoy it. Cheers.